So it's really easy. I'll set it up when the game gets started. Just go back and forth. So we'll go through senior day first. We'll do warm-ups. You'll look at each team when they're doing their intros and all of that. And then obviously once we get into the game, keeping the basketball kind of on the back frame until, you know, they move up, and then you'll be able to turn and kind of just leave it as the play's going on. Because they stay on one half of the court. If that makes sense. So like...
So you want me to like stuff?
You'll just be following the game. Gameplay camera. So all you're going to be doing is back and forth. Following the game.
Alright, can I still like
Yeah. Did you sign up for the student worker thing?
No.
See, usually for camera person we have a paid worker doing this.
No, I'm not a student.
Yeah, you're not. We should have some. Yeah, the shift's usually covered.
Here's your 2-minute warning for the senior night activities. Make your way down to the St. Paul University area for the minute. We'll get started here in 2 minutes.
That is such a weird, like,
So once we kind of get here, we're going to go through the intro and stuff, so we'll wait.
okay. All you need to do is just move it like this.
It's super easy. You won't need to zoom in. This is to change the sensitivity of it. It's sometimes hard with basketball, you know, like transitions. Like just follow the ball. Make sure as much of the court, you know, can get filled as possible. And when the team is settled on one end or the other, you can just keep it there until we transition back. So, it's super easy.
I got you. Just thanks for clearing it up. But
yeah, I don't.
No, I'm with you. That is so weird. Like, what is it?
Thank you. Could you please clear the floor?
It's gonna make tonight work.
Yeah, I don't.
Just give me one second.
Before this afternoon's contest, we would like to take the time to acknowledge our cheer and women's basketball seniors. We will start with our lone cheer senior, Yen Lee. Yen has been a beloved member of the Sense community and the cheer team during her time here in Lacey, and being joined today by her mother, Van Nguyen Lee, and her father, Juan Lee. She plans to pursue a master's degree following graduation. Yen's favorite memory while a member of the cheer team was learning new stunts and spending time with her best friend, Grace Salapaka. Ladies and gentlemen, Yen Lee. St. Martin's University is privileged to honor 3 seniors finishing their collegiate playing careers at the conclusion of the 2024 season. Each has a dedicated countless hours to the SMU women's basketball program, Saints Athletic, and the wider St. Martin's community while enrolled at this institution. Before we honor our seniors, however, we would like to take a moment to acknowledge the seniors playing for the University of Alaska Anchorage today. Number 2 from Atlanta, Georgia, Benaya Alexander. Number 11 from Port Angeles, Washington, Amelia Long. Number 15 from Joliet, Illinois, Jasper Evans. And number 21 from Orem, Utah, Tori Collinshead. Congratulations, ladies. Now it's time to honor our senior basketball saints. Our first senior 5'9" guard from Hilo, Hawaii is Keely J. Smith. During her 3 years as a Saint, Smith has played 59 games and averaged 16.2 minutes and has earned 305 points, 68 steals, and 110 rebounds. After graduation, Keely plans on pursuing a career in firefighting. Her favorite memory during her time at St. Martin's was diving on the ground to make time during conditioning. Keely is accompanied today by Tia Jessica Rios, Tia Memo Rios, Kiana Rios, Jiglet Rios, Hennessy Rios, Ermelie Rios, and Richie Rios, and Madeline Brown. Keely would like to thank her second family, all of whom have been in her home and safe place. Ladies and gentlemen, Keely J. Smith. Our second senior from Santa Monica, California is Eternity Reed. During her 5-year career as a Saint, Eternity has appeared in 90 games where she has earned 152 points, 72 blocks, and 49 steals, plus 199 rebounds. After graduation, Eternity plans to join a PA program to earn medical hours and take a gap year from school. Her favorite memories from her time at St. Martin's are getting brunch with her teammates on the weekends and having a spa day with her friends. Eternity is joined today by her Aunt Inez, Uncle Earl, and cousins Evelyn and Earl. Ladies and gentlemen, Eternity Reed. Our third and final senior is the Saints student assistant, Bree Martinez. After graduation, Bree plans to attend Seattle University to get her master's degree in legal studies. Some of her favorite memories from her time with the basketball team are getting to attend a WNBA game this year, as well as all the team bonding activities she got to be part of. Ladies and gentlemen, Bree Martinez. Got one more photo with all the seniors, and then we'll get our last 5 minutes of warm-up started. about the warm-ups? featuring the Seawolves of Alaska Anchorage, who come in with a record of 25-3 and 16-1 in GMAC play versus the hometown Saints, who are 15-10 and 8-9 in conference play. Tonight's game is presented by Chiropractic, and before we get to the starters at this time, if you please rise if you're able. Remove your hats and join Miss Lauren Harbour and the St. Martin University Pep Band with our national anthem tonight, sung by Miss Elise Smith.
Good afternoon and welcome to Marcus Pavilion in Lacey, Washington. In a preview, the GNAC playoffs, two teams that will be in the dance. Alaska Anchorage Seawolves against the St. Martin Saints. SMU punched their ticket into the tournament last Thursday with a win against Alaska Fairbanks 64-55. They go up against a team that's already clinched the regular season title in the GNAC in Alaska Anchorage. Danny Bach, pleasure to be joined alongside the former voice of the St. Martin Saints, Jeff Lucero. Pleasure to have you along. Away we go here from Lacey. Alaska Anchorage wasting no time scoring the bucket. Only 5 seconds in, Amelia Long. And Alaska Anchorage, #1 ranked team in offense and defense in the GNAC. Already off to an electric start.
Amelia Long, such a spectacular player, leads the conference in assists and steals. Just an absolute beast at both ends.
Here is Madeline Brown, Casey Booster's second start of the season. Avery Oster of a jumper that floats out. Alaska Anchorage, they tend to play with a quick pace and they pressure a lot. Casey Booster comes away with a steal for St. Martin's.
Alaska Anchorage ranked number 15 in the nation. That's a little low by all my metrics. A team that blows out their opponents by an average score of 82-50. This team is legitimately loaded for bear.
Here's Madeline Brown in the post. Avery Oster on a trek. Booster defended out of play by Amelia Long for Alaska Anchorage. Possession to St. Martin.
Good energy for the Saints on that possession so far. Good ball movement, very crisp passing. Alaska Anchorage doing what they do, just disrupting passing lanes.
Ashlyn Reen checks out of the game for UAA. Here's Jada Travis. Outstanding freshman for St. Martin's. Heaves one. Booster for three. Sinks it. Just like she did against Alaska Fairbanks. Casey Booster, first points for the Saints, comes from beyond the arc.
Great patience for the Saints. Just working things around on the perimeter and drifting to the corner to that soft spot. Booster crushes a three.
In the right corner, Elena Mack, defended by Booster. Faked by Long. Closing on inside, Amelia Long rolled off the tin. Pinball's loose. Tori Hollingshead can't score either before Kiana Rios settles for the Saints. She'll jet in. Casey Booster three, the only scoring for the Saints up to this point through contact, a foul called against Jasa Gamble.
I have to really admire the things that Ryan McCarthy has done in his time at Anchorage. He's coming up on 15 years. Up above the Arctic Circle, but every single season, this is the preeminent team in this league.
It's been a minute where they have found GNAC's success. This back to their old ways. Here's Casey Booster up high, another long three, and she missed on that successive try. So out comes Alaska Anchorage with Amelia Long. Brown defending, stolen away by Avery Oster, led on ahead, Kiana Rios, and on a breakaway with the layup.
You know what? Saints is giving Anchorage a little taste of their own medicine there. Great anticipation, getting into the passing lane, leaking out back on defense, excellent in transition. Saints off to a nice start.
Kuna lost it out of play. Possession remains with Alaska Anchorage.
Love to see the energy from the Saints so far, Danny, because this is a game that's effectively meaningless for each of these teams. Their seeds are locked into the GNAC postseason tournament. The Saints will be the 6. Anchorage, of course, the regular season champs, already dialed in at the 1 spot. So for the Saints playing in what is effectively a meaningless game for them here today.
Shot missed from Tori Hollingshead.
Great energy early.
And a travel call. With 7:27 left, a timeout called by Ryan McCarthy. 13th season head of the Seawolves, and this one of his best Seawolves teams. And it was when 2020 came around, the last time Alaska Anchorage had at least a share of the regular season championship. They had gone 5 years in a row winning the regular season title, and they hadn't won it until this year. But to see Ryan McCarthy right at the top of the GNAC mountain, something we constantly see here in the GNAC.
Well, and this is a great team that he's got this season. This is a team that can make a very, very deep run in the postseason. They go 10 deep. They come at you in waves. No player averages more than about 27 minutes a game. They've got 5 players in double figures. Mentioned at the top as well, this is a team winning their games by an average score of 82-50. They forced 26 turnovers, 17 of those coming off of steals. They do so many things well at both ends of the floor. They've got great length. They've got great quickness. They're very physical. This team is going to be a problem in the national tournament no matter what.
A team that's only lost one GNAC game all season. That came against Montana State Billings, and their success speaks for itself. They have been tearing through the GNAC, including a trouncing of Western Washington several weeks ago. where they outscored Western, a team that gives plenty of teams fits, 24-1 in the second quarter. Jasper Evans lobs a high pass, found by Hollingshead, who scores the bucket, but is called for the charge. So Hollingshead, St. Martin's staying in pace with this Seawolves team in the early stages.
I think it was so impressive about the Saints right there as well. Anchorage teams are so good out of the timeout. You know that McCarthy's over there dialing up a play that he's going to be a high percentage for his team, but the Saints did a great job snuffing that out. Great anticipation. They knew exactly where it was going off the inbound.
Here's Jada Travis off the window and in. And a 7-2 lead for St. Martin's out of the gate.
This might be one of the biggest deficits Anchorage has faced all year.
Jasper Evans missed on the shot. Spilled was Torrey Hollingshead. And a foul called against Kiana Rios for St. Martin's. Amelia Long set to check back into the game for Alaska Anchorage. 7-2 lead. Only one occasion has Alaska Anchorage in conference play trailed the end first quarter. Long jumper missed from Elena Mack for the Seawolves, with Travis spilled by Janaea Alexander. She's called on the foul for the Seawolves.
Saints have just been quicker to the ball so far. This has been, I don't think quite at all what head coach Ryan McCarthy expected. While his team, this is a good tune-up for his squad here. As, of course, this is the site of the GNAC postseason tournament starting next Thursday here in Lacey. But yeah, the Saints have just been the aggressors so far in this game, and it's paid off.
Here's Kiana Rios with hopes of Avery Oster out of play, defended by Elena Mack. Talk about the job that Ryan McCarthy has done with this Seawolves team. 6 regular season championships during his time. Here's Avery Oster from the outskirts, watched by Torrey Hollingshead. Travis for 3, sinks it!
What in the world? The Twin Star logo 3? Let's go, Danny. My goodness. Saints came to play.
Jada Travis definitely has to be in the running for newcomer of the year for the GNAC. But for Travis, nailing a 3, now a 10-2 lead, another timeout called by Ryan McCarthy. Panowitz Jewelers in Olympia is the best place to find unique designer pieces and timeless classics while also getting the service you deserve. With an on-site repair shop and custom design services, they are one of the best jewelers in the South Sound for all of your jewelry needs. Learn more by heading to Panowitz.com. Danny Bach alongside Jeff Lucero and St. Martin's with an early 10-2 lead on Alaska Anchorage. And what may come as a little bit of a surprise, the Seawolves team has been dominant all year, but they have run into early test with this St. Martin's team. Here is Amelia Long from the free throw line. Dished for Kune, right side, long 3, missed by Mack. Offensive board provided from Hollingshead, who scores the bucket and the foul. What a play from Torrey Hollingshead. Team MVP last year for the Seawolves, the leading scorer, second team All-GNAC in 2024. 9 double-doubles this season. Hollingshead completes the three-point play.
Yep.
And just like that, out of the timeout, Seawolves find the bucket.
That was one of the best possessions that the Seawolves have had so far in this game. Great high ball screen action.
Madeline Brown scores. 12-5 lead for St. Martin's. Motored ahead for Amelia Long. On Madeline Brown. Long drives in and scores. Amelia Long ranked tops in the GNAC in 3 statistical categories. On the drive, booster out to Keely Jade Smith. Defended by Jasper Evans. Travis. Brown up high. Keely Jade Smith.
5-out look.
Keely Jade Smith lost her dribble.
First turnover for the Saints.
Something to monitor throughout the course of the day. On the drive, missed on the try from Tori Hollingshead. And back comes St. Martin's the other way with Casey Booster.
Saints did a great job getting back on defense.
This is a quick strike Alaska Anchorage team. Booster spots Avery Oster. Keely Jade Smith awaiting. Screen and roll action on the right side. Here's Casey Booster with 5 to shoot. Booster spinning in the lane. Booster lost her dribble, courtesy of Jasper Evans.
Yeah, Jazz Evans, her hand's so quick.
Slowed by Janiyah Alexander. Watched by Avery Oster. Now Keely Jade Smith in the zone defense. And a free throw line jumper put in by Ashlyn Reed. 3-point game. As we inch our way past the halfway mark of the first. Here's Keely Jade Smith. Quickly to Jada Travis. Round to Booster. Keely Jade Smith down low. Right back out for Avery Oster with Travis on the move. Oster surveys. Keely Jade Smith with 2 to shoot. Elevates. Rolled off the 10 and out. And possession stays with St. Martin's. Alaska Anchorage goes with full-fledged line substitution that includes Jasa Gamble. Lena Mack also into the game for the Seawolves.
Great to see Eternity Reed check into the game here.
Longest serving member of the Saints.
Honored today on Senior Day before the game.
Always is an emotional time during Senior Day. Jada Travis left it for Keely Jade Smith, who sinks the 3.
Fantastic shooting start for the Saints, too. Now 6 for 9 from the floor.
Also with trio of threes. Amelia Long left it for Ashlyn Reed, who scores to reply. So here comes St. Martin's with a 15-11 lead. Keely Jade Smith left it for Sarah Lamette. Tied up. Amelia Long initiated the turnover. Something the Seawolves team has the propensity to do. Elena Mack from the left arm joint.
Good switch.
Green scores. It's a 2-point game with 3 minutes left in the first. Ashlyn Reed. This is a Seawolves team that are complete ball hawks. Tied for 3rd in the conference. Travis for 3. How about another?
Come on. My goodness, just stop it.
Travis is unconscious. This layup attempt doesn't go. Kicked out, deep shot, Mack sinks it. Elena Mack hits the shot. Timeout called by Natalie Marlowe and St. Martin's. And you talk about a 2-year project that's starting to find its string of success. Natalie Marlowe has done that for this Saints team. And they usually say 3 years is when you have a good grip at the program. Marlowe seems to already have found her stride in year 2.
How about it? I mean, postseason, that's what it's all about. It's about getting to the next weekend once the regular season winds down. And it's been 10 years since the Saints have earned their way into the top 6. So this is a massive, massive accomplishment and achievement for this program.
And Coach Marlowe, well-traveled during her time, mainly out in the Midwest. Also is a part owner of the Green Bay Packers.
As is Associate Athletic Director Chris Greger.
Are we a Green Bay Packers school? Anywho, here's Kiana Rios on the drive, able to fling a prayer. Instead, Seawolves quickly turn defense to offense. Mack Travis with contact, snatched by Ashlyn Reed, out to the carry of Jasper Evans. Off the screen from Reed. Evans down the lane, off the 10. Keely Jade Smith came away with the board, and it cannot be saved by Rios. Possession stays with the Seawolves in the end.
Well, referee's talking about this one. We might actually have a reversal. And
They still.
No. For a moment, it looked like referee Eric Johnson was going to point back the other way and award possession to St. Martin's. That was a peculiar sequence. A couple of players got a hand of the ball. There was a Seawolves player chasing it out of bounds. So I thought they were the last to touch it.
That was Elena Mack. Here's Jasper Evans. On Eternity Reed towards the right side where it can be handled by Surowich. Looked on by Reen, elevated and scored by Hollingshead.
That's just Alaska Anchorage taking advantage of their length down low.
18-18 game. St. Martin's already off to a better start than their first meeting against the Seawolves. Here's Keely Jade Smith. Driving on Mack. Travis through contact from Gamble. Oster surrounded and eventually fouled by Ashlyn Reed. Game that has no bearing on GNAC playoffs. There is a scenario we don't know who St. Martin's opponent will be in the playoffs, but we'll find out later tonight. Game that's actually happening right now. Here's Jada Travis looking to fling one, and possession will head to UAA.
Yeah, nice job just sliding with Travis that time. Forced her to step on the end line.
So here's Jasper Evans. Matched up on Lakin Hill. On inside, Tori Hollingshead had one short. Second try, also offline. Foul called in the aftermath. Plunging in was Jason Gamble.
That'll put the Saints at the line. Seawolves over the limit.
Fifth foul, Jada Travis will make the trek over to the free throw line. St. Martin's team, fourth in free throw percentage. It's the one statistical category they have an edge over the Seawolves. Come in eighth in the conference. UAA near tops in the GNAC and nearly everything else. First free throw missed by Jada Travis. This to give St. Martin's the lead. And she does. 1 point lead for St. Martin's here in Lacey. Here's Elena Mack, watched by Avery Oster. Mack surrounded by Rios, just for Evans, up high. Towards the left wing, Alexander, chance for Evans for three. She hits it.
Believe it or not, that's the Seawolves' first lead of this game.
Jasper Evans up high. Puts UAA out in front. How will St. Martin's respond? Kiana Rios right to Jada Travis off the screen established by Rios. With 25 seconds left in the quarter, Travis on the drive, straight to the tin, rolled off the saddle. Ashlyn Marine with the shot clock turned off for Alaska Anchorage.
Ball fake there from Travis, just could not finish.
Mack to Jasper Evans. Pass out of the reach of Ashlyn Marine. Deflected by a Saint defender. 7.9 left in the first quarter. So Evans from the end line. Dished inside. Travis called on the foul on the shot from Tori Hollingshead. Beg your pardon, Lena Mack at the line. 83% free throw shooter for the Seawolves. Mack has started every game this season for UAA. She hits first free throw to extend the Seawolf lead. Mack scored 16 against St. Martin's. These two teams met back in December. Here's Jada Travis off of Jasper Evans, and that's the way the first quarter comes to a close. Alaska Anchorage with a 22-19 lead on St. Martin's as we head into the second quarter. The SMU Music and Theater Departments present Godspell, the Gospel of St. Matthew as you've never seen it before. Only 6 shows from March 26th through April the 6th in Cibola Hall's beautiful 3rd floor. Check out the St. Martin's University events calendar for tickets and information. Danny Bach alongside Jeff Lucero. And Jeff, the story seems to be recurring yet again. This Alaska Anchorage Seawolves team, stout as always, and they're proving it after a little bit of an early start from the Saints.
Yeah, they shot just 1 for 6 from the floor, but they've closed the quarter 8 for 14. So it took Alaska Anchorage a little while to get going, kind of find their bearings after getting basically punched in the mouth by the Saints. Remember, this was a 10-2 contest about 3, maybe 4 minutes in. Anchorage was just listless. They were lost, and St. Martin's was the aggressor. They were the quicker team to the ball. They have matched Alaska Anchorage physically, no question about it. Now, because of that length advantage down low, I imagine the Seawolves will continue to lean on that advantage as this game wears on. But so far, if you are Coach Marlowe, you've got to be pretty happy with what your team has done. You forced them into turnovers. At one point, Anchorage had committed 3 while the Saints had none. Now things have evened out a little bit as each team has turned it over. Well, 3 turnovers. Actually, Anchorage has not turned it over since they had those 3 early turnovers, and the Saints have turned it over 5 times. Now, the Saints did a great job, however. One thing I'll point out as well as we get set for the second quarter, Saints didn't turn it over in the pressure at all. All their turnovers were in their half of the floor. So they did a great job of defeating the pressure for Alaska Anchorage, which is a massive part of their attack.
Lakin Hill missed on the triple attempt. Missed a month of the season. Here's Janae Alexander.
Once again, Saints doing a great job getting back on defense after the miss.
Jasper Evans on booster, straight to the bucket and scoring.
What a luxury it is to bring a player like Jazz Evans off the bench for Alaska Anchorage. This is a 5-year player in this program.
Foul called. Janae Alexander for the Seawolves. For Alaska Anchorage on the year, this is a team, only loss came against Montana State Billings. Jackets have routinely put together great teams beneath the direction of head coach Kevin Wooden. Here's Casey Booster. Hollingshead poaching her. Kiana Rios looks for an open outlet with a breaking Lakin Hill. Down low, and a travel call. And that's what the Seawolves team can do with how active they are on defense.
Well, they're so aggressive, they commit way more fouls than their opponents do, but that's because head coach Ryan McCarthy has the luxury of being able to rotate so many quality players in and out of the game. They are so aggressive, they will commit a lot of fouls.
Hollingshead off the glass and out of play. Possession remains with UAA. So Amelia Long send it in. Ranked tops in the GNAC in assists. Floated one up high for Ashlyn Reen. Hollingshead right back out to Jasper Evans.
So impressed with Oster so far. She has great anticipation. Does a nice job recovering there after getting kind of lost in the mixer defensively, but she was able to come back and affect that shot. Force a miss.
Saints team that's ranked 4th in defense, and you'll see that over the course of the season with this St. Martin's team. They have their attention focused on the leading scorer typically, and it's not often you see one player have quite the scoring night against this St. Martin's team. Here's Madeline Brown, huge reason for that. Travis, and a steal. In comes Amelia Long, missing the layup. And Kune comes in, and play comes to a halt with the foul called on Jada Travis, already her 2nd personal.
Well, you've got to account for Amelia Long. Every moment of every game, she's so active defensively. A nice job just meeting her matchup at the timeline, stays with it, forces the turnover. 4.5 steals per game.
And one of the reasons for that mark is her speed. She's also a state champion in high school, 300-meter hurdles in high school. From an acute angle, Lena Mack took the shot.
Yeah, it's good mid-air adjustment. Strong rebound, though.
So here comes Lakin Hill on the move. Rios, flush to the corner. Madeline Brown out to Kiana Rios. Lakin Hill up high. Rios in a battle, lost it. Ashlyn Reen, 2-on-1, straight to the bucket and scoring. The Seawolves add to their lead. Up by a touchdown. Launched by Hatchett. Here's Madeline Brown, defended by Jasper Evans. Hatchett on the move, lost her dribble. Last touch off of the Seawolves, and possession remains with the Saints.
Well, good defensive adjustments here for the Seawolves so far in the second quarter. The Saints have yet to score the first almost 3 minutes of this period. That owes itself to Alaska Anchorage. Again, they pick up full court all the time, but they meet you right at the half court, so they really disrupt everything you want to do because they're so much just right in your grill. The moment you cross half court, disrupts everything you want to do offensively.
Lakin Hill, Keely Jade Smith from the arm joint, sinking one in. Desperately needed for the Saints. Trim the lead down to 5. Here's Amelia Long. Dashing left side.
Excellent defense for the Saints.
Green tied up, held ball, possession stays with the Seawolves.
So much of that started, though, with Lakin Hill battling through that high ball screen action, staying with the extremely quick Amelia Long.
Looked upon by Amelia Long. Hollingshead scores the bucket and the foul. Tori Hollingshead. And there's a reason why she is the leading scorer for this Seawolves team.
Well, Sarah Lamette doing just about everything she can. What I'd love to see her do is get a little bit lower, try to push Hollingshead a little bit off of her spot there because she allowed Hollingshead to get that ball in a little bit too deep. If Lamette just gets into her center of gravity just a little bit and pushes her outside, just bump her off her spot just a little bit more, she's got a better chance defensively of being able to recover.
Tough mismatch in many ways. So Keely Jade Smith will inbound for the Saints with the 7-point deficit. Here's Maya Hatchett. Keely Jade Smith. Inns is inside, Lamette in the post. On a spin move from Hollingshead. Keely Jade Smith off the front end. And she's unable to save the loose change. Possession to the Seawolves.
Yeah, Saints have looked a little bit more ragged here at the offensive end. Anchorage now kind of starting to have its way defensively.
St. Martin's has only made one of their last 5 field goal attempts. Amelia Long left it for Ashlyn Reen. Surrounded by Lamette. Hollingshead able to score. What a play. Tori Hollingshead.
They were just a little bit too slow rotating back down on Hollingshead. The ball was deflected, but it made its way to her. And she was able to finish because she's just that good.
So for Alaska Anchorage, this is a team that had their best season dating all the way back to 2020. And Attorney Reed back into the game for the Saints. For St. Martin's, as far as playoffs is concerned, they're waiting for the outcome. Western Washington game. Stolen away by Casey Booster. Keely Jade Smith up high. 5:45 to go. Keely Jade Smith, court wide pass, nobody home. Ryan McCarthy's defense creates another turnover. 5:42 to go. Western Washington playing Montana State Billings. Game scheduled to tip off Theory 15 minutes ago. Here's Amelia Long, Hollingshead, and a foul on Keely Jade Smith. That's what this Seawolves team can do, not only with creating turnovers, but also their offense, the best of the best in the conference. Lobbed up high for Tori Hollingshead, off the glass, and out comes St. Martin's on the move. Maya Hatchett. Turner Reed along the left side, right back to Hatchett again. Kick starts, Long up the wing, missed on the try, and back comes Amelia Long for the Seawolves. On Booster, surrounded, partially blocked by Lamette, dumped towards left side, scooped up by Kone, out of play, and possession stays with the Seawolves. So Lakin Hill checks back in, along with Madeline Brown, Kiana Rios, and Avery Oster. You can call it a hockey line change.
Well, the first 12 seconds of this possession anyway, Saints have been very stout defensively. Great block from behind. Saints, however, really struggling. They've only attempted 5 shots so far in the quarter. They have 4 turnovers in the quarter, so they have almost as many turnovers as they've shots attempted.
So if you're head coach Natalie Marlowe, what are you saying to your group at this stage?
Well, we got to get back to what we were doing well so early in this game, because they had Alaska Anchorage rocked back on their heels, no question about it. They got to get back to doing the things they were doing well. The referees are allowing a lot of physicality at that end. They're just going to have to battle through all that contact, because they're getting bumped around. We know that this is a very aggressive, overly aggressive, very active team at the defensive end, the Seawolves squad, and you're just going to have to fight through all that contact. And it's the team that's stronger tonight that's going to win out.
And it's Seawolves who are out in front. They're already assured #1 seed in the GNAC with their 16-1 record coming into today. St. Martin's already pinned at the 6th spot of the conference, but the main question that hinges upon who they will play depends on the Montana State Billings Western Washington game. Should Montana State Billings win, St. Martin's will face Central Washington in the first round. But a win from Western Washington means that Montana State Billings will await the Saints.
Storyline for the Saints, too, Jada Travis with those 2 fouls after 9 points in the first quarter. Picked up her second and sat for an extended amount of time.
And another foul call. And this goes against Casey Booster for St. Martin's. 4:55 to go in the first half.
Yeah, I was all but certain that was going to be an over-the-back violation on the Seawolves.
Floater popped out on Elena Mack. Kiana Rios. Saints look to move quickly. Here's Lakin Hill. Off her left foot. Harassed by Amelia Long. She gets it away. Avery Oster. Madeline Brown from the outskirts for Kiana Rios. Driving into the paint. Flings one off a window, and the Seawolves back on the prowl again. Jasper Evans sets up Amelia Long, who runs out of real estate, but a foul called on Casey Booster, her second.
I can understand Natalie Marlowe's frustration right now, because every single time the Saints drive at the basket, someone comes over to help, and they get physical with the driver for the Saints, and then when the help defense slides over for the Saints, they're getting called for fouls. And it's interesting that Alaska Anchorage continues to kind of get away with that sort of physicality of the defensive end, while the Saints, when they try to do the same thing, the whistle is blowing a little bit more frequently.
Amelia Long at the free throw line, and Alaska Anchorage with a 10-point lead that stays that way. So here comes Lakin Hill.
Still just 2 points for the Saints here in the quarter.
Booster left it for Avery Oster. Madeline Brown looks to set up Oster, broken up by Hollingshead. Amelia Long on the move on Hill, right side three, Elena Mack off the heel. Lost out of play from Tori Hollingshead. 3:55 to go in the half.
That was Madeline Brown coming over on the weak side. That was without her hustle play right there. That's probably still Alaska Anchorage possession, but because she came over, helped out, was able to jab that ball off the player who had the advantage for the rebound. So really give credit to Madeline Brown for making a really good heads-up play to award the Saints a possession here.
One of the finest defenders for this Saints team. Here's Eternity Reed. Around the arc, Travis marching in, elevating. She generates the foul call.
Well, it's a big deal to get Jada Travis back on the floor, and I like the decision from Coach Marlowe here. She's got to kind of roll the dice because the Saints need an offensive spark, and Jada Travis gave you that spark in the first quarter. She was ridiculous. Those 2 threes she hit were from a combined 60 feet from the rim. So getting Jada Travis back on the floor at this point is it's a roll of the dice to be sure, Danny, but I think it's one that Marlowe had to take.
Average 14.5 points per game. Her season high came against Northwest Nazarene, scoring 28. What was a runaway win for St. Martin's. Not often you see that. Here's Jasper Evans for 3. She missed on that attempt. Out comes Lakin Hill on the move for St. Martin's.
Not sure Ryan McCarthy was very happy with that shot selection. I think he wanted to see his team run some more offense rather than that early transition 3.
Saint basketball with 3:18 to go. But this new age of St. Martin's women's basketball, Jeff, I know you've seen a lot of basketball here during your time.
From this very spot, Danny.
Out of the reach of Kiana Rios, possession goes to UAA. What are some of the positive aspects that you appreciate about this version of the Saints? Meanwhile, here is Jasper Evans. Amelia Long left it for Ashlyn Reen, who is able to score.
Well, one of the things that you got to be impressed with is her ability to recruit. She's brought in some really good players here. And, yeah, she's got this program pointed in a very good direction. There's no question about it. Again, we talk about it, like what it means to this program to be able to advance to the GNAC postseason tournament, especially in a season when you happen to be hosting it. That's a really special accomplishment.
Something that hasn't been done 10 years here at St. Martin's. Lakin Hill for 3. No. Sarah Lamette in the post with the putback.
I like Lamette. She's going to be really good. She's got a ways to go, got to get stronger, but she moves pretty well for someone her size.
On the reply, Hollings head with the shot. Kicked out for Ashlyn Reen. Flown right side, Elena Mack. Move it well does Alaska Anchorage, and a travel call.
Well, Saints definitely doing a nice job defensively there. They were moving well, and that was just a out of balance, out of sync possession for the Seawolves. You don't see that very often. Pretty uncharacteristic for them. But that credit to the defense for the Saints. They just continued to move with every player, just kept sliding.
Alaska Anchorage has won 17 of the last 18 meetings between these two teams. Rios from left arm joint, poked by Alexander, out to Attorney Reed. Travis backs up. Already with 11 points in the game. Travis shooting, missing. Alexander swipes away the board, and out comes the UAA. Straight towards Kunit, who drives in. Back out to Alexander for 3. Missed it on the try. Rain dumped it partially off the official, saved by Jasper Evans. And a foul called with the contact on Hayda. Madeline Brown is called on the infraction. And that puts Alaska Anchorage into the bonus. So we'll see Ashlyn Reen at the free throw line.
It's kind of a peculiar sequence there. It's a situation where two players get physically tangled up with one another. The referee almost has no choice but to blow the whistle, and in a situation like that, it's going to be the defender who gets called for it, even if the contact was very clearly initiated at the offensive end.
Reen goes 2 for 2. 12 points already in the game. Vereen, double figures in 11 of the last 13 games for the Seawolves. Seawolf faithful has to like what they see from Ashlyn Rain. Here's Madeline Brown. Kickstart the offense for the Saints, down by double figures. Closing seconds of the first half. Here's Jada Travis. Travis dashes down the lane. She'll earn 2 chances at the line.
Well, just a veteran heads-up play right there. She knows she's got to get to the basket with the shot clock winding down and just leaning in, drawing some contact. She wasn't trying to make the shot there. All she wanted to do was get that contact. Saints have got to do a better job cutting, though. There was a couple of cuts there that just weren't hard enough. You got to be able to separate from your defender a little more easily, create some flare screen action as well. They're just not quite moving as well as they were early on in this game, but if they can stay right around this 10-point deficit mark heading into halftime, I feel much better about their chances in the second half against a team as high-powered as this Alaska Anchorage team.
Seawolves outscoring St. Martin's 13-7.
2-for-1 opportunity here for Alaska Anchorage if they want it.
Alexander right back out to Jasper Evans. And they do work quick. Mack out to Jasper Evans. Mack for 3. Well short. Green missed on the layup attempt. Shot clock turned off for St. Martin's. Here comes Lakin Hill. Hill seeing plenty of playing time after having an absence for the majority of the year. Hill with 4 seconds left in the quarter. Lakin Hill is blocked by Tori Hollingshead. 1.2 left in the half.
I understand the decision by Natalie Marlowe to take Jay Travis off the floor to keep her from potentially getting that third foul, but you'd love to have her on the offensive end.
Reed runs out of time, and that's the way the first half comes to an end. Alaska Anchorage with a 35-26 lead on St. Martin's as we head into the break. A look at some of the scoring statistics. Danny Bach alongside Jeff Lucero. And Jeff, Ashlyn Reed, the early leading scorer for the Seawolves, and what might be a little bit of a surprise, Jada Travis, leading scorer for the Saints, both leading scorers with 12 points.
Yeah, it was a much better, obviously, quarter for Alaska Anchorage in the second. They did everything so well defensively, held the Saints to just 7 points in that second frame. Saints came out with their hair on fire. You got to love what they were doing to start this game. No question about it. The Saints needed to come out and make some kind of a statement against a team as high-powered as Alaska Anchorage, and they did exactly that. Now it's you'd love to see that intensity again to start the second half. The Saints are going to have to find it. They were definitely taken completely out of their game in that second quarter.
And the second quarter tends to be where Ryan McCarthy and the Seawolves tend to thrive. But that's the story through one half of play. Important scoring update in the GNAC Western Washington taking on Montana State Billings. And if Western comes away with a victory, St. Martin's will take on Montana State Billings, one of the top defensive teams and the only team in the conference to hand Alaska Anchorage a defeat this season. But look at some key statistics in the first half. It all began with that early lead of 10-2 by St. Martin's. They were hitting from 3 and quite an early clip that saw 3-pointers made from Keely Jade Smith, Casey Booster, and Jada Travis. But since then, the well has gone cold. One key statistic that stands out for UAA, points in the paint favoring the Seawolves heavily.
Well, I think we kind of anticipated that a little bit. We know how strong they are down in the low blocks. Tori Hollings had such a spectacular post player. She's got so many moves down there, and she's so aggressive. When you look at that number right there, the one that jumps out to me, she had 5 offensive rebounds, 13 rebounds at the offensive end for the Seawolves overall, but she grabbed 5 of them herself. She's so active down there. You've got to box her out. You've got to push her off her spot because she gets in so deep, knows the angles, knows where to be to position herself. So the Saints will have to do a much better job keeping Alaska Anchorage off the offensive glass. Now, part of the reason why they had so many offensive rebounds was that they missed so many shots. And it's a testament to how well St. Martin's defended otherwise, because despite shooting 18 shots, almost twice as many as the Saints got off in the second quarter, they only made 5 of them. So really and truly, the Saints have done a pretty decent job, like disrupting. They've done a good job affecting shots, but now they just have to follow up and rebound those misses when they can.
We'll pay attention to the rebound battle, and this is a Seawolves team that is ranked tops in the conference, prohibitively in rebound margin.
Yep.
So
plus 14.
Such a huge difference maker for Ryan McCarthy and the Seawolves side. Tori Hollingshead, we mentioned her earlier, already 9 points with those 6 rebounds, 5 of them offensively for the Seawolves. As far as St. Martin's is on the offensive end of the equation, it has been all Jada Travis, Keely Jade Smith, the only other Saint that has made more than 1 field goal. Something's got to change on the offensive end because the well for the Saints, particularly in the second quarter, ran dry. 2 of 10 from the field and 0 of 4 from 3. Not a good statistic for Natalie Marlowe's side. Something will have to change if the Saints look to make a game out of this affair. So Saints have to go to the drawing board on offense. And what do you look to do? Sure, you have Travis, who can score with 2 fouls. Someone's got to step up, it would seem.
Well, I think the Saints should look down low as well, because, again, we talk about how aggressive this team reaches a lot. Alaska Anchorage, they draw a lot of fouls. They commit a lot of fouls. They're called for a lot of fouls. So lean into that a little bit. Go after them. Like, just be as fearless as you possibly can. Take the ball at the basket as often as you can, but you got to go strong, too, and look to draw fouls in the process.
We'll see what can happen with the play in the post, but we'll try and solve the entire GNAC playoff picture. And here's what we do know at this point. Alaska Anchorage already solidified the number 1 seed. The number 2 seed in a first-round bye in the conference is up for grabs. Central Washington came away with a victory today on the road against Northwest Nazarene in what was a nail-biter game, 69-67. So with the win by Central Washington, they, for the moment, hold the number 2 spot in the conference. Montana State Billings has the tiebreaker on Central. They can claim the number 2 spot in the conference with a win against Western Washington. And meanwhile, at Billings, the scoreline sees Western Washington up 19-13. But that's the story there in that game. If Billings were to win, St. Martin's would play Central Washington. And if it were to be Western that comes away with the win, the Jackets would face St. Martin's. But as we are at halftime, we'll take a break, and we'll be back for more after this on the Saints Digital Network. of the second half between Alaska Anchorage and St. Martin's. A lot of great people up north in Anchorage. A lot of fantastic characters up north, including play-by-play voice for University of Alaska Anchorage, Keaton Homer, does an excellent job for the Seawolves up north. Also one of the kindest guys you'll ever meet. Back into play, Alaska Anchorage win leading at the half. Get this, Jeff Lucero, 24-2 this season. Saints 2-9 when trailing at the half. They look to change that here. Would be their biggest win off a long time.
Well, definitely want to get Jada Travis rolling again at the offensive end for the Saints in this half as well.
Avery Oster.
How about that?
Dishes in the deuce.
Oster finding the soft spot right down Broad Street there. Making moves.
Amelia Long spots the open Tori Hollingshead. Saved by Reen, who turns and misses promptly. Oster comes away with the board for St. Martin.
Well, Saints doing a really good job beneath the basket. They bothered both of those shot attempts. In fact, I think blocked the first. Lamette got a hand of that. So great start here for the Saints in the third.
Madeline Brown, watched by Alexander. Oster again. Harassed by Reen. Here's Jada Travis. She'll back up with 3 to shoot. Jada Travis looks to the bucket. Off the rim. And the Seawolves on the march. Elena Mack. Right back outside for Amelia Long. Watched by Brown and Travis. Against the 3-2 zone. Right side, Elena Mack. Hope to find Reen. Instead, Elena Long on the move. Dropped it left side for Janaea Alexander. Short Reen corrals along the end line, and possession will head to St. Martin's. 7-point game.
Well, 2 really good defensive stops for the Saints to start the second half. That time Alaska Anchorage just never had an open look. Shot clock was going to expire. Now the trouble is they've turned it over a couple of times effectively right there. That's the first turnover in backcourt for the Saints in this game. At the other end a moment ago as well, Jada Travis could never get disconnected from the defense. Alaska Anchorage did a great job switching on her to force a tough shot. It wasn't a turnover in the books, but it amounted to one.
Elena Long to the bucket.
My goodness. Look at the acceleration down that left side. Just lulled the defense to sleep.
Along the strong side, too. Here's Casey Booster. The Saints look to break out.
Look at Lamette running the floor.
Lamette.
Running the break.
Travis down the lane. She'll head to the free throw line.
Well, I like the aggression from Jada Travis to start the second half as well, because she knows that she's got to be the one to just ignite whatever offensive burst the Saints are going to have, and they need one in order to stay connected and just within shouting distance of the Seawolves.
And you have to be at times aggressive, even if you are Jada Travis with 2 fouls against this Seawolves team. Travis up to 13 with the made free throw.
Man, she was just flat out unguardable in that first quarter. Got to give her her flowers. That was as good an offensive display as you'll see in 10 minutes of basketball.
Look at the speed from Amelia Long.
Downhill so fast.
Jasper Evans finds Hedda Kone. Down low. Stolen away by guess who? Jada Travis.
You know what? Anchorage was doing a really nice job moving without the basketball, but the Saints has continued to cover up. No passing lanes, and the steal ultimately taken away by the Saints.
Amelia Long commits the foul on Sarah Lamette. And the foul's starting to pick up for Alaska Anchorage. Second foul on Amelia Long. Travis. Stolen away by Long, and the Seawolves on the move again. Alexander dropped it down low. Reen scores the bucket.
Well, Amelia Long, I mean, again, you just got to account for her all the time. She did such a great job just hanging back in the tall grass, free safety style, picking off that pass, and then starting the break.
Travis motors ahead on Amelia Long. Brown emerges from the left pocket. And Lynn Brown backs up to Sarah Lamette. Booster up high.
Great back cut.
Travis dances on in. She'll walk and travel. Seawolves basketball. Here comes Amelia Long for UAA. Kiana Rios set to check back in for Natalie Marlowe Saints. Alexander. Jasper Evans. Straight to Amelia Long. Off the mid-ranger that fell off. Casey Booster, and how can the Saints build momentum on the offensive end?
Solid job boxing out, keeping the Seawolves off the offensive glass.
Here's Madeline Brown. Oster had the opening bucket at the half, and a foul called on Ashlyn Ring.
Well, I like what Lamette did there, but she needs to be ready to accept the pass, too. After that high ball screen, she needs to get her head whipped around a little quicker because she had the open lane, but she just wasn't turned around in time to be able to accept the pass. But she did on the repost get back down there and eventually force a foul against Alaska Anchorage. So Lamette doing a nice job down in the low post.
Travis finds Lamette, this time from the outskirts. Kiana Rios, Travis, open, Booster, reserves the pass. Booster straight towards the bucket off the window. Alexander comes away with loose ball for the Seawolves.
Yeah, Janai Alexander is another really active player for Ryan McCarthy. She's so smooth.
From the arm joint, sunk in. Kune. It's an 11-point lead for UAA. Jada Travis up the wing. Oster tried to force a pass to Booster, knocked away by Jasper Evans.
Hedda Kune reminds me a little bit of a German national player that the Saints had in this program several years ago, talking about Eileen Johansson. Oh, man, she was great. Better known as E around these parts. It was so fun watching her play. She had her senior season cut short by an injury in the first game of the year. It was really too bad. Came back for senior day. Her knee was still not fully healed, so she was only on the floor long enough for the Saints to commit a foul, but they wanted her on the court for senior day for the jump ball, and then they committed a very quick foul to get her off the floor but she did actually get to log a few moments of game time on senior day. But Alina Johansson, man, I loved watching her play when she was here. She was an all-GNAC player, a 20-10 kind of talent. Kune, kind of evoking memories of a fellow German player.
An emotional moment that was on senior day. Here's Madeline Brown on Jasper Evans. Punched out of midair by Gamble. Travis quickly. Madeline Brown took a step before receiving the pass on the travel. Timeout called with 4:48 left in the third. Alaska Anchorage with a 41-30 lead.
Kind of presents an interesting dilemma there for the Saints because Madeline Brown had a look at a three, and I think what coaches will tell you more often than not is if you have an open shot, it's okay to take it. And Madeline Brown right there had an open look. They'd done a nice job skipping it across the top of the perimeter into her hands. She was set up for a shot. I like the idea, too, of putting the ball on the floor, but in a situation like that with no defender near you, why not just pull the trigger on the three, see what happens.
Madeline Brown specializes in defense for the Saints. With 4:48 left in the third quarter, you have to look into the drawing board how you can chip away from this lead, and it's something that many teams have tried to figure out against UAA. Complete dominance through and throughout through Ryan McCarthy and his coaching regime. Began coaching the GNAC with Northwest Nazarene for a year before
He played there too, if I'm not mistaken.
Before he made the trip up north to Anchorage.
Northwest Nazarene, another program that's had some good success over the years here in the GNAC. Western Washington and Anchorage, of course, the two best teams in this league across the last decade and a half. Western Washington with that really amazing run to the title game just a few years ago. That was off of a GNAC tournament appearance here in Lacey, in San Marcos.
Straight to the bucket and scoring Tori Hollingshead.
Yeah, just a really nice play out of the timeout.
Travis. Reed left it for Kiana Rios. Puts on the brakes down low and scoring the bucket.
Look at that patience. Kiana Rios with a beautiful move. Fakes right, comes back left. Able to spin that shot up and in.
Second bucket of the game for her. Here's Jasper Evans. No look pass. Lane along. Really along, beg your pardon, towards the left side. Gamble. Hollingshead on Oster. What a play.
Yeah, she's having a really nice game, Tori Hollingshead. She's a likely first-team All-GNAC selection.
6'3" and a mismatch
Commits the
in.
foul for sure that time.
Tori Hollingshead this time charged on the infraction. Tori Hollingshead has never made a 3 in her career. She is 0 of 4 all time. Not often you see that. Times with Hollingshead shooting a 3, more or less making one. Not her role. Leading scorer for the Seals is she's picked up another foul.
Yeah, that's 2 quick ones in 4 seconds.
And quickly, her third foul, Ashlyn Reen, also with 3 fouls for UAA.
Well, it's interesting, too. That's already the 5th foul on the Seawolves. Saints have yet to be called for one here in the quarter, so kind of a weird turnaround as the Alaska Anchorage was very aggressive, yet didn't really get any whistles blown against him in that second quarter. Here in the third quarter, though, all the calls have gone the Saints' way thus far.
Travis, 2nd and 10, sinks it. 12-point game with 3:25 to go. Here is Jasper Evans. Off the Hollingshead screen. Evans, oh, what a pass. Hollingshead corrals on Lamette.
Great job by Lamette, just stoning her. Nowhere to go for Hollingshead. That helped force that turnover. How about Lamette standing her ground? And that's what you want to see from a player of her age. Like just not backing down from an all-conference senior like Hollingshead. That was a spectacular defensive effort from Lamette.
Standout performance from one of the finest for this SMU team for work in the post, and also great mid-ranger. Here she is again. Looped for Rios, who is fouled.
It's kind of bailed out on that one.
Pass seemed to be a little bit offline. Lena Mack is called on the foul, and with St. Martin's in the bonus, Kiana Rios will shoot 2. Rios hasn't scored a lot as of late. Her presence alone has made an impact for this St. Martin's team. 86% free throw shooter on the year, and she goes 2 for 2. So here comes Alaska Anchorage with Jasper Evans, watched by Attorney Reed. Evans towards the left side. Left it, Greta Kune. Evans again. Off the Kune screen. Evans, no. Here's Madeline Brown on the move, and out come the Saints again with Jada Travis. Rios overlooks. Here's Attorney Reed looking for Lamette. Out of play, possession to the Seawolves.
A moment ago, that was another nice defensive stand from St. Martin's. Switch back to the zone defense. Nice job moving.
Open left side. Alexander with hopes of Evans. Deflected by Attorney Reed. Evans begins the trek. Under 2 minutes to play in the third. Alexander with 5 to shoot. Evans again. Lobbed it. Kune missed on the layup and a shot clock violation.
Saints very fortunate there. Even with 1 second on the shot clock, Kune was all alone beneath the basket. They had played great defense for 34 seconds. Then it broke down for the last second, but then she just missed everything. Very fortunate to come away with another stop. It's been a while since Alaska Anchorage has scored. They've been stuck on 45 for a little while now.
2 minutes. Here's Jada Travis.
Calls for the clear out on that far side.
Brown obliges, Rio
Beautiful.
scores.
How about that little flash across the lane? That was excellent offense for the Saints. Back to a single-digit game.
Open left side, Elena Mack hits it.
Timely.
Just when St. Martin's looked to build momentum, Elena Mack hits the 3.
Back-to-back, those are probably the 2 best offensive possessions for each team so far in the third quarter.
How will St. Martin's counter? Here's
Oh.
Jada
Oh.
Travis. Dances, kicked it. Attorney Reed. Watched by Hollingshead. Here's Brown. Travis again. With 3 seconds to shoot. Travis shoots the 3. Off the front end of the iron. Hollingshead the board. And St. Martin's commits their first foul of the quarter.
Well, they've got a bundle to give.
Foul called on Kiana Rios for the Saints. Rios, that's her second. 40 seconds left in the third. So here is Jasper Evans for UAA. On Eternity Reed. Hollingshead low into the post. Alexander. No. Eternity Reed settles for St. Martin, and here is Jada Travis.
So many fewer offensive rebounds for Alaska Anchorage here in the second half. Saints doing a really good job keeping them from second chance opportunities.
Rios closes. Oh, what a
look.
pass.
Oh.
Lamette can't connect. And a foul called, the second for the Saints in the quarter. Lamette frustrated over the miss.
Can't set it up much better. Missed opportunity for the Saints, but still they've played Seawolves toe-to-toe here in this third quarter.
Beg your pardon. Kiana Rios, third foul of the game. Deep shot! Missed on the try from Jasper Evans. And that's how the third quarter comes to a close. UAA with a 48-37 lead on SMU as we head into the fourth. Whether it's competitive rates, affordable loans, or great service, Twin Star Credit Union is here to help you reach your financial goals every step of the way. Together, we can help you reach your financial dreams. Stop by one of our local branches or visit twinstarcu.com to learn more. Danny Bach alongside Jeff Lucero as we head into the fourth quarter. And with UAA outmatching St. Martin's by 13-11 count, both teams have hit the ground running with offense, but defense, well, playing toe-to-toe. The Saints will need more stops in the fourth. They hope to make a game out of this.
Well, they're in an interesting spot right here. Down just 11. It was a 9-point game at halftime, so effectively played them just about even in that third quarter, which is what you were kind of hoping to see. The Saints just needed to have a puncher's chance heading into that third quarter, heading into the fourth quarter, and they set themselves up with an opportunity here against one of the very best teams in the country.
A look at some key statistics that stand out. Offensive rebounds, something that stands out primarily from this Seawolf team. 14-4, and for offensive boards, that has been so key to Ryan McCarthy's offense.
Still, though, just one offensive rebound in that third quarter for the Seawolves. So that was a point of emphasis, I'm sure, that Natalie Marlowe circled at halftime. They had 13 offensive boards in the first half, but Saints have done a really nice job boxing out and keeping them with clear opportunities to gather long rebounds, too, to extend possessions.
In this fourth quarter, who is going to be the most pivotal player for St. Martin's if they hope to rally?
Well, I think you have to look at the very top. Jada Travis is going to have to get going She has been by far the best offensive threat on the floor for the Saints, as she obviously so frequently is. Would love to see her just go off in the final 10 minutes.
Evans, here is Jada Travis. 2-on-1 if she hurries. Madeline Brown. Spots Kiana Rios, looking for Lamette out of her reach. UAA will take over with Ashlyn Reen. For Reen, 12 points, 7 rebounds for UAA. Here is Amelia Long. Her left-handed dribble. Launch back out for Amelia Long again.
Trinity Reed moving well.
Alexander, misline pass, saved impressively by Gamble, but stolen by Eternity Reed. Brown, Reed, on Reen. Travis. So work up top on Ashlyn Reen. Fake to Rios. Flustered to Rios, who scores! Counting the foul for Kiana Rios.
How about that patience? Looked like the possession was breaking down, but the Saints just stay completely composed. Never tried to do too much there. Rios just saw just enough of an angle there to sneak in behind, got fouled from behind. But the Saints, with the shot clock winding down, just staying within themselves, earn a chance at an and one. Good stuff.
The discipline from the St. Martin's team is what they've predicated their success on this season. Millie Long, surrounded by Reed and Kiana Rios. Left side, Kone.
Another turnover. They have been so solid at the defensive end to start the fourth. So solid. I think that's 3 turnovers in the quarter already for the Seawolves.
Sarah Lamette.
What?
She can do it all with the mid-ranger.
Come on.
6-point game.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
In a 2-possession game, left side, looked upon by Gamble. Up high, here is Long, in and out. Rios
One
on
and done
the run.
again.
Kiana Rios clamping on the brakes and a travel call. With 7:57 left in the fourth, can St. Martin's come up with another defensive stand?
Well, that would have been a massive make for the Saints. Still, though, right in this game, right in the thick of it.
Left it for Kone. Missed on the try, settled by Jada Travis, and here come the Saints. Madeline Brown wasn't ready for the pass. Seawolves back the other way.
You know, both teams now a little out of sorts offensively. And the Saints just continue. They're just so committed to rebounding at the defensive end. No second chance opportunities at all for the Seawolves in the second half so far.
Long finds Jasper Evans.
Yep.
Well short on the 3. Here come the Saints. Travis, Lamette in stride. Kept it in play impressively off of Amelia Long. Lamette, after the possession-saving play, heads to the bench. In comes Avery Oster. For Oster against Alaska Fairbanks, tying a career high 16 points in the win. Here's Keely Jade Smith. Rios on inside. Oster corrals.
What a pass.
Brown storms.
Come on.
4-point game with 7:10 to go. Amelia Long, Jasper Evans. Backs up high, here's Amelia Long.
Great job shutting down that drive.
Marching on in, Hollingshead scores. 6-point game. Back come the Saints. Rios in transition with the bucket. Long, coast to coast. Evans from the corner. And a foul called.
Yeah, Avery Oster just kind of had an Anchorage player just sort of run into her from behind. Sort of guilty of just standing in the wrong spot there, impeding the progress.
6:37 to go. Oh, what a pass. Keely Jade Smith forces a tie-up partially, but Tori Hollingshead so good at the post.
She's awfully strong.
In a 6-point game here in Lacey. Keely Jade Smith, watched by Mack. And Lynn Brown overlooks. Keely Jade Smith from the corner. Here's Kiana Rios. Kicked it back out for Keely Jade Smith. With 5 to shoot. Travis going to work with 2 seconds. Score!
That is silly business right there. That was preposterous. How did she do that? How did she slip between those defenders with the shot clock winding down? That was a prayer answered, Danny.
St. Martin's is incredibly blessed to have Jada Travis.
Indeed, my goodness. That was a stunning move. I wasn't ready for that at all. I was not prepared.
She can shoot from outside. Also driving into the paint with eloquency. She has 17, leading all scorers for SMU. Kiana Rios also starting to heat up with 13. Hey, we got a game here.
Well, one of the things that we talked about early on was that this was effectively a meaningless game for both of these teams, just based on the fact that they're each locked into their seedings for the postseason tournament. This isn't exactly a meaningless game for Alaska Anchorage. If they should happen to lose this game and then lose in the GNAC tournament, it's possible they would jeopardize their opportunity at being a host site in the NCAA tournament. So this is actually a very big game for them from that standpoint alone. They need to win today to really feel good about their opportunities of hosting in the first and second round of the NCAA tournament.
This is an UAA team that does hold the 15th ranked spot in the nation.
Which is a little low for me. They pass the eye test no matter which way you dice it. They go 10 deep. All of them can play. They're 5 players in double figures. They turn you over so much. They're so active at both ends. They've got it all. They've got excellent quickness and instincts in their backcourt players. They've got amazing length and physicality down in the blocks. They've got a ton of senior leadership on this team. This is a complete team, no question about it. And they have steamrolled everyone this year. A loss today. Now, they are, of course, ahead right now. But a loss today could, in fact, really hurt their chances at being a host site. So, yeah, Alaska Anchorage does, in fact, have kind of a lot to play for here today.
Lena Mack right back outside. Amelia Long and Kiana Rios commits the foul, and that's her 4th. Look for UAA to attack Rios. They won't be able to do so. Keely Jade Smith checks in, and she has 3 fouls. Off the handoff from Kone. Amelia Long wafted out for Elena Mack. Off her left-handed dribble. Surrounded by Eternity Reed.
Just smothering defense.
Long. Kone off the glass and short. Hollingshead sets up the foul call on Lamette.
I disagree, Mr. Referee. I feel differently. That was such an excellent job defensively by the Saints. They were giving Alaska Anchorage exactly what they do defensively, which is just bothering them every touch. But there was either a defender right in their face or just someone moving them off their spot just enough. And that was one of the rare offensive rebound opportunities for Alaska Anchorage here in the second half.
Tori Hollingshead missed on the first try, 69% free throw shooter, missed both of them.
Oh, no.
Jasper Evans off the offensive board for the Seawolves. Evans up high. Saints looking to force an empty possession. Kone, they break it. Short. Hollingshead with a try. She'll head to the line again.
Well, now Alaska Anchorage starting to find their way back to the offensive glass, and they've earned themselves 2 trips to the line in the same possession as a result.
Eternity Reed is called on the foul. St. Martin's dipping into foul trouble. Keely Jade Smith with 3 fouls, as does Jada Travis. Kiana Rios, one of the leading scorers for the Saints, with 4. And Hollingshead misses another free throw.
Quick point I want to make about Eternity Reed. It's so great to see her in her last ever college basketball game, earning so many minutes in this game. Her playing time early on in her career looked like she was going to be a pretty important part of their rotations going forward, but as her career here at St. Martin's has gone on, she hasn't been very involved at the offensive end at all. But here she is in her last ever college basketball game, earning very, very meaningful, tough minutes throughout this contest and here down the stretch as well. So great to see Eternity Reed in her last game on the floor for the Saints.
Timeout called, and Eternity Reed, said by Coach Marlowe, is best known for what she's able to do with learning all the info and being a great student on top of being stout on the floor.
Yeah.
So a lot to be commended for the Santa Monica native. But with a timeout called, 4:59 left, St. Martin's dipping closer into the Seawolf lead, but the foul trouble seems to hover over this Saints team as far as a comeback is concerned.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, obviously, Travis did a really nice job after she picked up 2 fouls early in the second quarter. She came back. We didn't see her for a few possessions, but it took her just until the last few possessions of this game to pick up their third. But, yeah, keeping Rios on the floor is going to be huge for the Saints if they've got any chance at coming back and putting themselves in position to win this game. It's crazy, too. One of the numbers as well, Danny. Alaska Anchorage has taken nearly twice as many shots as the Saints. They've only attempted 34 shots from the floor in this game, have the Saints. They've made exactly half of them. So it's their shooting that's kept them in this game. They're shooting a very robust 50% from the floor. It's just crazy to see a team in Alaska Anchorage has attempted 24 more shots than the Saints. 58 shots attempted for Alaska Anchorage, just 34 from the floor for St. Martin's.
St. Martin's dipping into Carmen Dolfo's playbook in some respects up north in Bellingham.
Well, if you're doing anything from that Legends playbook, then you're doing something right. No question about that. Big possession here for St. Martin's.
Here is Eternity Reed. Tried to set up Jada Travis. Keely Jade Smith up high. Watched by Alexander from the arm joint. Keely Jade Smith rolled out. Madeline Brown, she gives a try. And Lamette watches one out of play off Edekune.
Well, how about 2 offensive rebounds, though, for the St. Martin's? That is spectacular effort on that weak side from Madeline Brown to extend the possession. Lamette gets her hands to another.
Flown and lobbied out of play by Amelia Long for UAA.
If I was a player in this game, I don't think I would ever throw it in the direction of Amelia Long. You have to, and I get that. Man, she's just tenacious, relentless. Oh, my goodness.
Madeline Brown.
Switching back to the right off balance. Are you kidding me?
2-point game. Long on Eternity Reed. Skipped it. Kone. Dances inside. Kone, travel call.
I couldn't believe how long it took to call that travel. My goodness. She took like 11 steps.
Ashlyn Reen checks back in. She does have 4 fouls for the Seawolves.
Danny, the Saints with a chance to tie or take the lead. What's up? Let's go.
Reed Travis breaking the press.
Barely get it across.
Given to Keely Jade Smith.
Within a whisper of a 10-second violation.
Travis on a Hollingshead.
Gotta go.
She does go. Putting on the brakes. Can she do it again? Not this time. Lamette, the offensive board, gave it away. Hollingshead settles for UAA. In comes Amelia Long, blocked by Reed.
Eternity.
Jasper Evans for 3. Missed offline. Lamette settled by Travis. Quarterbacks the pass. Brown on the receiving end with 3:20 to go. Travis overlooks the grid. Hounded by Long. Lamette from the left side. Sarah Lamette closes in. She is fouled with a chance to tie the game at the line.
That's the third on Hollingshead, so she's not in foul trouble of any significance anyway. Thought that might be her fourth, but just her third.
Sarah Lamette, 62% from the stripe this season. St. Martin's has battled back. They have not led since the first quarter. Lamette misses on the first try.
5 years ago, St. Martin's ended a 24-game losing streak to Western Washington on this floor. In a game that they just dominated the Vikings in the fourth quarter in order to earn that victory, get their first win against the very high-powered Western Washington program for the first time in 12 years. I'm not saying that this one's necessarily going to go that same way, but Danny, the Saints have put themselves in a position to pull a heist here on Senior Day.
17 of the last 18 times these two teams have met, UAA has emerged victorious, and a foul called with 2:53 left. Keely Jade Smith picks up her fourth. .253 left. Here is Tori Hollingshead. She has seen plenty of looks from the free throw line here today. She has a double-double, and she's missed another free throw.
Yeah, she's been really struggling from the line. Now 1 for 7 from the line in this game.
She is a 69% free throw shooter coming into this game. She overcomes the free throw woes to make her second. It's a 2-point lead. Reed for Keely Jade Smith. She'll march on in for St. Martin's.
Because you said march in, so I had to do the song.
Took me a while to notice it. A save by Jada Travis. 2:30 left. Here's Eternity Reed. Lobbed it. Keely Jade Smith shoots the three off the front end. Jasper Evans retains the loose ball for UAA. Back come the Seawolves again. Kiana Rios and Sarah Lamette bound to check into the game for the Saints with 2:10 to go. Elena Mack up ahead for Long. Lobbed. Evans saves it right side. Out to Long again.
I'm loving this 1-3-1 zone right now for the Saints.
Reed comes away with a steal.
Turnover out of it with Eternity Reed at the top of it. Let's go.
Keely Jade Smith gives to Madeline Brown.
Got to get a touch here for Jada Travis. You have to.
Brown first, looks for Reed. Here's Travis who fakes the triple attempt. Backs up on Long. 90 seconds left in the game. Travis glides, fakes, drives, scores! The game is tied! Back comes UAA. 80 seconds left.
Come on, Jada Travis.
Is
Silly
she
business.
human?
Starting to doubt it.
Long from the left arm joint. Reen missed it. Second chance. Hollingshead is fouled. Who is the foul called? Looked to be against Oster. It's not. Keely Jade Smith has fouled out of the game.
All right, Danny, I think without question, Jada Travis, if she's not attempting at least the first shot of each possession for the Saints the rest of the game, she has to be touching the ball. They have to run the offense through her. No question about it.
She has 19 today.
That last take was magical.
Incredible play to tie the game. But now, the important man at Tori Hollingshead. And she will shoot 2. And it's been a struggle at the free throw line for her. 2 of 8. She has scored 18 today. She misses on the first try. For the lead. No.
My goodness.
Back comes St. Martin.
That is shocking. That is shocking that she's 2 for 10 in this game from the line. That is utterly astounding.
Travis. Reed fakes it. Handoff, Kiana Rios driving down the lane, scoring! Kiana Rios gives St. Martin's the lead with 42 seconds left. Back comes the UAA. Long haltage of play. Timeout, Ryan McCarthy. What a response from the St. Martin Saints. Kiana Rios with the go-ahead in the closing seconds.
And I know I said a moment ago that you wanted to have Jada Travis be the initiator of the offense, but they did a really nice job pulling her away from the rest of the defense. That opened up a lane for Rios. Jada Travis was kind of just a decoy on that play. She had the ball in her hands for maybe, 3 seconds at the very most in that possession, which was, of course, the most important possession of the game for the Saints. But they just trusted their other leading scorer today, Kiana Rios. Found that lane down the left side, gives the Saints their first lead since early in this game, Danny.
This, at one point, was a 13-point lead for UAA. St. Martin's has lost 17 of the last 18 matchups between these two teams. Here's Amelia Long, guarded by Madeline Brown. Long from the right side, on inside, short! Lamette the board, timeout, Natalie Marlowe.
I love that Eternity Reed was the one jumping up and down, calling for the timeout right there for the advance. Such a spectacular heads-up play from the senior Eternity Reed beneath the basket.
And
you got to be careful on those plays because if you take a dribble, you lose the ability to advance once you call the timeout. So that was a very, very heady play from Eternity Reed, jumping up and down, making sure that she got the referee's attention to get that timeout so they can have the ball set up in the front court.
With the disadvantage of missing some practices because of class, showed no effects for Eternity Reed. But now, 23 seconds left, and for St. Martin's, there's no question who you want to have the basketball off the inbounds play.
Well, and here's the thing, too, for Alaska Anchorage, they've got a foul to give here. So they're going to have to foul at least once on an inbound play to stop the clock once more and force the Saints to inbound a second time. So a few seconds could possibly come off the clock before the fifth foul is administered by Alaska Anchorage.
UAA 24-2 when they have had the lead at the half.
Important to note, too, Danny, the Saints have the possession arrow pointed in their direction as well. Any held ball situation, Saints retain possession. My goodness.
What?
I go back to the start of this game. They sent a clear message that they came to play today. They took that 10-2 lead. They forced 2 Alaska Anchorage timeouts very early in that first quarter. Big things happening inside Marcus Pavilion. Here we go.
Travis surrounded, tripped, and fouled with 20 seconds left.
That's the foul to give, so back out of bounds once more. 2.5 seconds came off the clock.
So substitutions check out. Jason Gamble into the game.
I kind of like the idea of sending a player into backcourt here as well. Next might make it a little tougher to foul.
Booster emerges, and she is fouled with 18.8 to go. Casey Booster, a freshman that has battled adversity all season, have a chance to put St. Martin's on the doorstep of a statement win. Jason Gamble has just fouled out of the game. Booster to shoot 2. She misses the first. UAA will at least have a chance to tie. She missed them both. Rebound claimed by Hollingshead. Alexander with Long on the run. 10 seconds left. Jasper Evans on a track.
Left
Shoots
alone.
the 3. Short. Saved by Alexander. Hollingshead on the floor. Possession stays with UAA with 4 seconds left.
Looked like the Saints were content to let Jazz Evans shoot that 3. No one ran out at her. She had all kinds of time to just sit there and think about it. Almost airballed that thing. It barely glanced off the bottom of the front of the rim.
Long lob, open, Reen, short. Lamette the board. 0.6 of a second left. And St. Martin's on the verge of stunning the GNAC world. Unbelievable.
Now the band is already playing the song.
Sarah Lamette to shoot 2 shots. She makes the first. Here is Lamette again. She sinks it.
Game time. Night, night. Wow!
St. Martin's
Unreal.
has beaten Alaska Anchorage.
Unreal.
There's a new age in Lacey, and it belongs to St. Martin's. They hand Alaska Anchorage their second conference loss of the season. What a win.
And really and truly the big thing coming out of this game, does that in any way hurt the chances of Alaska Anchorage hosting for the first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament? It very well could, depending on what happens in the GNAC tournament. Now, if they run the table, if they win a couple of games and take care of business here next week, right here on this very floor, then I think their chances are still pretty good to be one of those top 16 host sites. But still, this is a big, big loss for them from that regard.
What a gutsy effort as we set the stage for the GNAC tournament to be hosted right here, Marcus Pavilion. Jada Travis, 19 points. Kiana Rios with 15. Enough to pave the way for the St. Martin's win. What a game.
Stunning, too, that the Saints matched Alaska Anchorage on the glass. Danny, dead even, 35 rebounds apiece in this game. That is something that just does not happen. Very uncharacteristic job of Alaska Anchorage just not getting to the glass, especially at the offensive end. But the Saints, give them all the credit in the world. They limited second chance opportunities for Alaska Anchorage in this game. That was an unreal effort from this Saints team in the second half.
How's that for a senior day game? How is that? Wow.
I could not be any happier for Eternity Reed. 5 years in this program, and on her last day, plays a very key role. She had a great steal at the top of that 1-3-1 zone defense, or helped create that steal anyway. That was, I'm emotional for Eternity Reed right now. She was utterly incredible in this game down the stretch in her final college basketball game.
We'll take a break. We'll be back with interview of head coach Natalie Marlowe in just a moment here on the Saints Digital Network. alongside the St. Martin seniors and head coach Natalie Marlowe after one heck of a win against Alaska Anchorage. Coach, 2 years in the program, a long time coming for you. What does this win mean for you and the group?
That's a great basketball team. Ryan's a hell of a coach, and they do a really good job every night. That's why they won conference in the regular season. That's a great basketball team. It just took 1 through 13. We've been saying it. I know it's probably getting a little redundant, but we don't have one kid who you have to stop on a scale. Like we've got 13 kids who put everything in every single day, whether they get minutes, like Bree, whether they don't. Like we need every single piece, and I played huge minutes. Keely made some big shots. When we play great team basketball, really cool things happen. It's a pretty awesome thing. Yeah, it's a big win for the program, but I think everybody wants to play their best basketball in March, and it's March 1st. Happy birthday to my nephew, Lucas. And yeah, March 1st, we're excited to be dancing.
Dancing into next week to the GNAC tournament for the first time in 10 years for the St. Martin's program. But in the game today, where was that sense of belief in the early stages when Anchorage was up by 13? What stood out in that comeback?
Yeah, we started off the game great. We executed everything that we worked on throughout the week in practice. At halftime, I walked in and said, I'm having deja vu, because the same thing happened when we were up there. Started off great, and then we just kind of fumbled our confidence, fumbled the ball, literally. We just had to buckle down and believe in ourselves, and that's something we've been preaching since day one. These kids have believed in each other and trusted in each other. They've trusted and believed in me and what I'm asking them to do. When you have a group of kids, again, that are just going to be selfless and put each other first, this is what happens. We got back to what we worked on. They buckled down, and again, we had to match their physicality, because they're a very physical team, very aggressive team. We did that, and we exceeded it, and we made the right plays at the right time. Our rebounds were huge in the second half. Still gave up too many offensive rebounds, but they're a good team, and they get on the boards well. Our friend was the free throw line today.
Free throws were key down the stretch, and also your seniors, your 3 seniors making an impact. How did each of them make an impact here today?
Well, Bree, if I didn't have Bree, my head would fall off and everything would be out of whack, because she gets everything ready. She's dressing out today, and she's still asking, "Can I take the balls out?" No, like you're a player today, and super grateful for that. Eternity had a phenomenal second half. The deflections that kid creates every single day in practice, every single game, especially with our defense, it's phenomenal. Steals when we needed them, deflections when we needed them, letting other kids go get the steals. And then Keely is always clutch for those pull-ups and hitting big shots when we need them. So, again, we got full trust in all 3 of these kids, whether it's on the court, helping us with things off the court. I'm just very fortunate and grateful to be able to coach them.
And now the ride still continues next week right here at Markers Pavilion. What's it going to take for a very successful week next week?
Same preparation. I think that's what got us these 2 this week, is we were prepared and we came in ready to work. I think this was our best week of practice. We've had some hiccups, some roller coasters throughout the duration of the season. I think this was our best week of practice. We came in, I think, a little upset with how we performed on the road. We came in ready to go. They were tough. They had high energy, great energy, and I think we just had a different type of level of focus going into this week in our preparation. So preparation, it pretty much separates the goods from the greats, and we want to be great, and we want to win 3 more games and then hopefully win a 4th.
See what happens down the stretch. Coach Marlowe, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Go celebrate with your team and your seniors.
We will do so. Thank you, guys. Go Saints. Happy birthday, Lucas.
That's all the time we have here today. St. Martin's a winner over Alaska Anchorage. We'll see you next